So thus from the 11th verse of the second chapter, the spiritual advice begins. So the great Adi Shankaracharya, who has written the earliest commentary on the Bhagavad Gita, starts his comments only from the 11th verse. Before that he gives a brief introduction. But the verse-to-verse commentary begins only with the 11th. And we found Krishna also in a sarcastic mood, I would say, virtually pulling Arjuna's leg. He tells him that you are trying to speak like a wise man, but behaving otherwise. Ashocyan anvashocastvam prajnavadamscha bhashase. The words of wisdom you are speaking. But if you are truly wise, gadasoon agadasoon cha na anushojanti pandita. Those who have true wisdom, panditaha, they don't weep either for the living or for the dead. So all of us are weeping for both. Some people we want dead, some people we want alive. We are not ready to accept this phenomenon of death. He speaks about the 27th verse. Jadasya dhruvo mrityu dhruvam janma mritasya cha tasmad apariharye arte natvam shochitum arhasi. So death is certain for that which lives, that is born. Birth means sure there is death. And death means there is again birth, rebirth. And this is anivarya, you cannot change it. This is the law of nature. So accept it gracefully. Ajo nitya shashvatoyam puranaha na hanyade hanyamane sharire. When the body which is perishable perishes, that which is ajaha nityaha shashvata, that doesn't perish. So the very initial teaching of the second chapter of the Gita, called Sankhyayoga, the wisdom of Sankhya, drives home this point that each one of us, we are, from the spiritual viewpoint, we are immortal. You do not become immortal. We are immortal. That immortality is our nature. But to discover this, that I am not this mortal, sthula, sukshma, shariras. I am that which is ajaha, nityaha, shashvata. So if you are able to develop this conviction, death becomes a laughing matter. You choose, when you go to a shop, what particular dress that you want to buy for a particular occasion. And you choose that joyously. Similarly, when we come here to enjoy and suffer our karma phalas, we choose the bodies. Whether the human, subhuman or superhuman. What are they? Various sukha dukkha that I have to undergo. There is choice there. I perform the action, and the very action itself provides the karma phala. So I look at life, that each time I change the body as a new challenge, which in and through this new body that I have got, I have to receive and respond. Karma has been done, the karma phala must come. Nobody can change it for us. But when it comes, how am I mentally, intellectually ready for this? So when we study the scriptures, keep this in mind. Shastra is Shasana Trayate, the derivation of it. Through instruction it protects. The words of the scripture is supposed to guide us. The scripture is like a consultant, an expert system, we say, which I refer to when I have certain problems. So, Panditaha na anushocanti. Those who have this higher spiritual vision, they do not weep over this. They know it is inevitable and they accept the inevitable gracefully. Wait for the next embodiment to come, or which is already there, which I have to take up to continue my experience of different karma phalas. So from the birth of one body till the death of that body, you are not the body, you are having a body. And you just as you change clothes, you discard old clothes and put on new clothes. Now Diwali is coming. You don't cry over that, do you? So this negative attitude toward the phenomenon of birth and death is totally eradicated by the first about 20 verses, from the 11th to the 30th. And there last time we concluded the 30th verse. Can somebody chant? So, sarvasya dehe dehi nityam avadyoyam. In everyone's body there is the dehi, the dweller, the indweller in the body, the jivatma. And that dehi is indestructible. Tasmat sarvani bhudhani. Uddishya, we can say. Regarding all these beings, na shochitum arhati. You don't have to weep. The old model of the body is being rejected and new model is being accepted. But because we identify ourselves with the body, the problem comes. Do not identify with the body. Consider the body only as an instrument, a vehicle. For the bhoga, the enjoyment of sukha dukkha's. I am not the body, I have a body. It makes a tremendous difference if we change, just shift this perspective. Use the body, take care of it, because it is a vehicle, instrument to be utilized. But don't identify with it. The moment you identify, you are in trouble. Because there are so many changes that happen and we don't want that to happen. The first truth, jadasya dhruvo mrityu, whatever is born will die. So be ready from the death of this body on the birth day itself. Because Bhagavan has said, dhruvaha. It is certain that it is born must die. So that implies ajadasya kutaha mrityu. Jadasya dhruvo mrityu. Ajadasya kuto mrityu. The unborn, where is death for that? You are the unborn, the undying. Ajaha nityaha shashvataha. Na hanyade hanyamane sharire. Give up this fear. There is nothing to be afraid of. Tata dehantara prapti. Dehinosmin. Kaumaram yauvanam jara. Tata dehantara prapti. So is the changeover to another body. Dhiraha tatra na muhyati. The vivekinaha, those who got the discriminative understanding, they are not deluded by this. They take the phenomenon of birth and death in their stride. So in short, what Bhagavan has been trying to say in the last 19 verses, he summarized in the 30th verse. So at this moment, Bhagavan's immediate problem is how to get Arjuna out of this mood of despondency, that vishada, the dejection, the sense of despair. How to get him out of it? So he tries various angles of attack. This dumb mind of Arjuna, how to tackle it. So having given us within the compass of 19 verses the essence of Vedantic teaching as to what is the nature of the human being, now he shifts his angle of attack. So in the next few verses, 5 verses we will find, Bhagavan tells Arjuna, look at this problem from the viewpoint of your own swadharma.